This is the Daily Pulse. I'm Travis Zimmerman from Speak My Word Ministries. The episode today is entitled Hurricane Patricia Blowing in Your Life, and we'll get to that in a moment. I mean, Hurricane Patricia, wow. What a storm, from October 20th when it was into a Category 5 storm, a hurricane, all the way till October 24th when it dissipated. This is the strongest Pacific emanating storm ever. Winds that were 200 miles an hour, pressures at 920 millibars. The lower the pressure, the more violent the winds are. And this is no small thing. I mean, this storm, as it gained momentum, and it's covering like Mexico and parts of the United States. And it's just causing so much damage, loss of life, loss of property, people watching it. I mean, I think even here in central Pennsylvania, Hershey here, we've got some of the residual wind. Last night we were out of power for about 3 hours. So, I mean, this is an amazing act of God. God created this. So we can see this phenomenon of these named storms that come in. And the tie-in I want to make into that is these storms cause such damage and disruption, and in their wake is Hurricane Patricia per se blowing into your life now. In other words, do you have hurricanes in your life right now that, we see what's on television, but do we have storm winds that are blowing into our life that are threatening our livelihood, threatening our children, threatening our family members, threatening us? And that's the question, isn't it? What is happening, to my own life? Here I'm following Jesus Christ with all my heart. I'm trying to walk the walk, and yet these hurricane winds come in. God has allowed through the enemy these hurricane winds to come into our lives and just wreck us. And sometimes we think it's going to even take us out. But here's some assurance from Psalm chapter 107, verse 29. It's simply this. He, being God, he stilled the storm to a whisper. The waves of the sea were hushed. The waves of the sea were hushed. He stilled the storm to a whisper. The waves of the sea were hushed. Very similar to Psalm 46:10. Be still and know that I am God. God is the God of the storm. God created the storms. He created us. He emanated and allowed to occur Hurricane Patricia. But as we talk in this episode, the storms in our lives, he is in control of. And even as they blow, we can hold on to Jesus with all we've got, recognizing that even though those storms may blow, we have a rock, a Savior in Jesus Christ who will never be moved. And we can trust him in his perfect timing to calm those storms, to calm that sea, to calm our hearts. Trust him with all you've got. He will take us through the storm. In Jesus' name. Sweet name.